What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great week. All right, guys, we're going way back into curiosity photos to Sol 74. This one's pretty interesting, and it'll actually prove two things. One, I'm going to show you guys how they're manipulating these photos and using what looks like a rock mimicking software. And then I'm going to show you something that's a little anomalous, and as usual, you guys can give me your take on it. All right, let's get into this. Okay, you can see up here in the address bar, it says midnightplanets.com, and it's the MSL, the Mars Science Laboratory. And you can see right here, Sol 74. You can see it right there. This is the photo we're going to look at, and this is with the Mastcam 100, which is the bigger camera, and there's a 35 as well as a 100. And I love these photos because they're not as doctored, however they are. And the reason why the new ones look like crap is because there's so much more to see. This here is sporadic. You don't see it as much. Now, does anybody see anything bizarre about this photo? Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. How many of you guys are just seeing rocks, and that's pretty much it? And you can see the wheel marks here. In the lower right corner, Curiosity rover. Now, there's much more to this photo, guys, than meets the eye. Now, a while back, some anonymous person had told me, listen, they're using what they call a rock mimicking software, and they're literally covering up objects, either covering the whole thing or just the details of said thing on the ground to make them look like rocks. Is that true? Let me show you something. Let's jump right into Photoshop. Here's the photo. Haven't done a thing to it. And you can see it's pretty clear. It's the same thing, right? Nothing different. We can just bring back the other photo. Nothing different. There we go. So nothing's changed in the photo. Now, if you want to see the raw photo, you got to go into the raw plating. Now, you can go up here on the view. Now, let's hit the black plate where I made it brighter. And the reason why I did this is so we can bring this blurriness out. What they do is they spot blur, okay? And then they just do a blur anyway, just like a freehand blur. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First of all, let me show you the original. So this way you guys will see exactly what I'm doing here. Going to CMYK, or we can go RGB. It don't really matter. Either way, it's color. Guys, all you got to do is actually zoom into this. You can see this. Look at this. Look at this block. This rock right here. Look at this. Are you kidding me right now? You can clearly see that. How many people can look at that and go, yeah, that's natural? Yeah, sure. You can see this as plain as day. Spot blur right here. And we got it going down like this here. It's kind of like they just go click, 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 click. Like they literally would take each of these out the way they want to. Like they just go ahead and just spot blur over it. Again, this area right here. Right there. Okay. Let me show you in the black plating, which is basically a raw part of the photo. I'm going to hit black plate. Now, let's zoom in. Guys, come on. Look at this. In fact, we can go like this. Let's go ahead and bring up brightness of contrast. See if we can't bring that a little bit more, right? Look at this. How does anybody look at that and say, oh, no, that's not tampered with? No. Look at this one here. Down at the bottom. Okay? Look at this. How does anybody look at that? Now, it's going to be in white, but I'm going to show you anyway. Bottom, almost center. Okay? Look at the way these things go down. Look at this. Absolutely blurred, spot blurred. They use it like a pixel. So even if you were to see it in the photo, people say, well, it's pixelized. This is the reason why it's doing that. Really? Why isn't the rest of that like that? See that? Right? All that area. That's not spot blurred. Look at it. You can see it. And then look at the rest of the texture on the rock. There's so much stuff in these photos, guys, that is being covered up. It's incredibly crazy how they're doing this. Look at the blur all in here. How can anybody look at that and say, oh, yeah, that's normal. That's natural. Now, there are a couple little intricate little things in here. We're going to jump back out of this. I'm going to go back to RGB or the CMYK. Again, these things are not rocks, guys. They're made to look like rocks. They're not rocks. And when people start waking up to that fact, they'll understand that. Now, the one thing that stood out for me, and it looks like it's part of something much larger, is a rock that looks like it has some kind of hieroglyphs or something on it or some kind of carving on it. And I just found it very interesting. I figured I'd bring it to you guys because this is cool. Right here on the very top of the photo, in the middle, you can see it right there. It's pretty much right there in the middle. Well, maybe a little to the left. Right here. Now, when I look at this thing, it does not look natural. Just look at the details. You get this round piece right here. like this. Well, it looks like a little black dot right in the center. This piece goes down like this. Okay. This goes down over here. Now, this may in fact be separate pieces right here. I'm not sure. You got this other piece here. Does this. Almost contours that part. But there's also something right here that I tried to bring out. Is either A, something much different than a rock, or it's part of something much larger. Let's get this colored crap off. Okay, this is a little bit better. That looks like it's got intelligent design to it. What do you guys think? Now let's keep going with it. And you can see something right here starting to come out of this. It looks like it kind of does this. And then comes down like this here. One on this side, so it's symmetrical. Has this middle piece, which may have a round piece right here, and I'm not really sure. Whatever that may be. But check out these other details here, like I was saying. There's something's been ghosted here. You can see it right here. Right there. Let's bring that in and sharpen it up a little bit. Take notice of the other little parts and stuff like that. There's something over here on this side to the left. It's actually got color to it. Kind of sort of like this does over here, that object we were just looking at. I'm not sure if that's got some kind of writing on it, whatever that may be. And you can see right here the shape of this object. It looks highly reflective right here. Not sure what to make of that. But look at all the other little pieces that are laying around. Let me show you this group of rocks, which I thought was interesting. In this area right here, we can see this right here. Look at the object right here. Now it looks like more just like a rock, but it is not. Something going like this here, going down. Going like that. There's something clearly here they tried to blur out. Right there, you can see it's got kind of a rounded end to it. It's inside some blur. Okay. See, like a darker area doing this. Looks like a slot of some sort in here. And this goes off this way. Right there. They literally put blur up through the middle of it. And you can see the blur right here. Going like this. Okay. Whatever the hell that is, not sure. Again, we got this blurring at the end of this object. Because you can see this goes like this here. Has this curvature right here. Goes back like this. Comes down. Has this nice perfect slot in the middle right here. And also goes back. Look at the small square right here. You can see it right here. See that? There's something right here. Kind of looks like a U-shaped object. Looks like it has a hole right here. Looks like it's got a darker area there. One right here. And it kind of looks like it does this here. This is rounded here. Goes back like this. And of course it's rounded on this end. Something ghosted out right here. You can see this right here. Something going like this. Up a little bit. Back down. Going up like this on the inside. Not sure what to make of that. This is something right here. I'm not sure what to make of that. But again, all of this here is blurred, and you can see that. But they did their best to try to get whatever that is out of the photo. You can see that. This is a real funky looking rock. You can see the white part of it doing this. Going like that there, coming down the back. Yeah, that's just a rock, guys. Yeah. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm not going to make this too long. Tell me what you think this is here. It looks like some kind of carving or something, a stone statue type thing. And if you really look, I didn't even see this earlier. Check this out. It looks like it does this. Look in the back. It gets separated right here, but then keeps on going. Has a 90-degree angle and kind of goes down like this. You can see it in the behind the blur. Look at this. Something up here. You can see this is pretty funky. Now, I've seen rocks, guys. A lot of people, oh, they're nothing but rocks, man. They're rocks. Well, if they're rocks, man, they're really intricate-looking rocks. That's all I can tell you. This here is no rock. And if it is stone, then it's a carving. It's some kind of intelligently made-looking object. It clearly does not look like a standard rock that you'd find that's supposed to be worn. As NASA claimed, there should be so much wind that you shouldn't have any detail sticking out of any rock, if you really think of it. It should be so wind-blown that it's completely smooth on every side of these rocks, right? At least that's the way you would think, judging by what NASA's been telling us. And clearly, that's not the case. This is funky looking. I'm not sure what to even make of this. But as always, you guys be the judge. Let me know what you think. Are we seeing just nothing more than standard rocks? I don't think so. I've been studying these photos way too long to believe that's just simple rocks. And like I showed you guys, get into the raw parts of this photo, and you can see that these things are being covered up. If this was all blurry and nothing more than compression artifacts, you should see it all over the rock, not in just the face of the rock. And you can see clearly they put a texture, and then they put this blurring over it. Why? What's the point? By the way, I got a little project coming up. I'm hoping I can get it to work. But anyway, several things are coming up. My good friend Billy Carson talked to me. We got a project going. Then I've got something that one of you subs sent me, and I'm thankful you guys did, because it's basically confirming what I've been saying about, one, technical things I've been saying about the rover is actually true. What I've been saying about these photos, also true. I was only purely speculating, because there's no way I could back it up, because clearly I don't work for NASA. But there are people who have been working for NASA, and they found some interesting things. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, drop your comments below. Drop your thoughts. Let me know what you think. What are you guys seeing in this photo? Are you seeing more stuff than I'm seeing? Let me know. Anyway, guys, like, share. Always appreciate it. You guys know that. With that, I'll let you guys go. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.